Welcome to Second International Web Conference on Forecasting. Let me briefly introduce myself. I am an expert at Turkish Statistical Institute and at the same time I have PhD degree on agricultural economics from 19 Mayıs University. Today I want to present forecasting of beef meat production in Turkey. The scope of my presentation can be introduced in 4 parts: introduction, material and method, results, and conclusions. First of all, I want to introduce some statistics about livestock sector and beef meat production in Turkey. When we look at the value of gross production between 2000 and 2016, we can see that the share of livestock in the total gross production value of agriculture has increased from 26.93 to 34.49. On the other hand, livestock statistics of Turkey between the same period indicate that although total cattle, slaughtered cattle, and beef meat production were unsteady until 2010, they have perpetually increased since then. Besides, the import of cattle has substantially increased after this year. Lastly, breeding male cattle support, which is the most essential support for meat producers, was granted since 2011. Although the amount of the supported cattle has increased in the first 2 years, it has started to decrease since 2014 and the support has not granted in 2017. As the statistics indicated that beef meat production is essential for the country, and the objective of the study is to forecast the amount of production in Turkey for 2017-2022 period. Now we can look at the material and method of the study. The material of the study is the annual time series data of beef meat production for 56-year period from 109,061 to 2016, and it was obtained from the databases of Food and Agricultural Organization. In the study, Box-Jenkins method was used in order to forecast. It was the ARIMA model. The model has 3 parameters. The first parameter is P, and it is the autoregression and indicate the relationship between the observations and some number of lagged observations. The second parameter is D, and it is the difference of raw observations and used to make the series stationary. And the last term, Q, is the moving average, and it is the dependency between an observation and residual errors. The model was denoted in the presentation, and the EWIS 8 was used to obtain the model results. Now we can look at the results of the model. In the left side of the figure, there is an increasing trend in the time series of beef meat production and also an important break in 2010. And in the right side of the figure, the logged and the first difference of the series was obtained in order to make it stationary. Autocorrelation and partial autocorrelation functions of the original series are plotted. The first difference of autocorrelation and partial autocorrelation functions indicate that the first delays are significant. Therefore, the model is determined as ARIMA 111, and the final estimates of parameters indicate that the model is statistically significant. Augmented Dickey-Fuller test was applied in order to determine whether the theory has a unit root or not. The null hypothesis was tested, and the result of the augmented Dickey-Fuller test highlight that theory has no unit root and is stationary. Therefore, the null hypothesis was rejected. When we look at the last figure and graph, we can see that in the next 6-year period from 2017 to 2022, the production of beef meat would perpetually increase and would reach 1.38 million tons in 2022. Lastly, we can get concluding remarks. Although the model results indicated that the beef meat production would increase in the next 6-year period, the official data on 2017 measured by Turkstat is less than the forecasted, and it decreased in comparison with previous year. The decrease in the amount of production is very relevant with the breeding male cattle support that was not granted in 2017. Therefore, the government should continue to grant this support in order to increase production. And this model should expand it to multivariate time series with production, export, and support. Thank you for your attention.